Hello everyone, today we'll take a look at the best 85-inch TVs in the market for 2021. I made this list based on my personal opinion and I'll try to help you find the right one for your needs. To see the most up-to-date prices and find out more information about these TVs, you can check out the links in the description below. Before we start, I have a question for you guys. Which TV are you using right now and what is your opinion on it? Let me know in the comments. Number 5. Samsung TU8000, best for the money. This incredible 4K TV delivers some exceptional features such as its attractive design, great darkroom performance, low input lag, and a nice smart TV platform that'll impress everyone out there. It really is a nice looking TV despite the fact that it's a budget one. It really looks like a high-end TV. Moving on, despite being so cheap, the Samsung TU8000 rocks a pretty attractive design that's beautiful in my opinion. The chassis is made from black plastic but has a great textured finish that adds a bit of flair to it. The feet on the TV on the bottom are also made of plastic but provide nice looks and stability. The bezels around the screen are nearly non-existent, which impressed me as it makes this panel so attractive and immersive. Furthermore, I should state that the Samsung TU8000 has VESA wall mounting if you wish for a wall mounting. The Samsung TU8000 has a good amount of ports on the back, including 3 HDMI ports, one with ARC support, a coax port, RF connection, one composite port, and an optical port to complete the package. It also comes with a simple and intuitive remote control that I fell in love with. Number 4. Samsung Q90T, best picture quality. The Samsung Q90T QLED TV is part of the Samsung 2021 TV catalogue and sits at the top of the manufacturer's 4K QLED lineup. There's higher-end 8K QLED TVs like the Q8000T and Q950T, but the Samsung Q90T is as premium as you can get with a 4K resolution. It's one of the best Samsung TVs for movies. As is only fitting for a TV that costs a not inconsiderable sum of money, the Samsung Q90T is extensively packed with features. It has a 3840 by 2160 resolution for starters. Those millions of pixels are backlit using a full-array local dimming arrangement, which is divided into a little over 100 zones that can be controlled on an individual basis. That's not a huge number, truth be told, but it should be enough to give the Q90T a chance of offering good bright or dark contrast control and detailed levels. Anti-reflective screen and ultra-wide-angle technologies seek to minimize the effects of ambient lighting conditions and your viewing position. The Smart TV interface and the fairly extensive setup menus can be navigated using one of the two bundled remote control handsets. One is a fairly nasty-looking and feeling handset with too many buttons, most of them too small, and the other one is a more judicious and expensive-feeling alternative. Number 3. Vizio QX H1, best for HDR. The Vizio QX H1 is a great 4K TV that delivers stunning picture quality. It has a VA panel with a high contrast ratio, which is further enhanced by a full-array local dimming feature, allowing it to produce deep blacks. Its high peak brightness fights glare easily and delivers an exceptional HDR experience with bright highlights. It has a fast response time and a black frame insertion feature, resulting in clear images in fast-moving scenes. Its low input lag should please most gamers, and it supports variable refresh rate or VRR to reduce screen tearing. Unfortunately, it has a pretty narrow viewing angle, so it might not be the best option for wide seating arrangements. Also, even though its SmartCast interface is user-friendly, it doesn't have as many apps as other platforms, since Vizio doesn't have an app store. It has some decent low-end, so it avoids the tinny sound found on many televisions, and while the speakers are located near the bottom and the back, the presence of the sound is such that it doesn't sound like the sound is coming from behind the TV or from the bottom. Another thing that I should mention is that it has an outstanding contrast ratio that's further enhanced by its full-array local dimming, producing inky blacks for a fantastic darkroom viewing experience. Number 2. Sony X800H, best mid-range TV. This 85-inch flat TV should be alright for your needs. It looks amazing thanks to the design as well as the black colour. Also, it works well in the home office, workshop, classroom, bars, restaurants, clubs and many other places. Besides, it comes ready to fit and use. You can use it with or without a stand. This may involve placing on a desk or mounting on a wall, and since it has a slim profile, it won't need a lot of space. You get Google Assistant, Alexa, Ethernet 4K, XReality Pro, and much more. It comes with a very responsive remote control and also supports app control. This allows you to work it via your smartphone or tablet. All sizes feature a 60Hz 3840x2160 or 4K UHD panel. The color technology is Sony's standard Triluminos, and the X800H supports HDR10 and HLG high dynamic range content, in addition to the aforementioned Dolby Vision. New to the 800 series this year are Dolby Vision HDR and Dolby Atmos Surround. Other supported services include Google Assistant, Amazon Alexa, plus Apple's AirPlay 2 and HomeKit. Being Android-based, you can also mirror your phone to the TV. That said, the X800H should hold its own. The Apple input assignment tweak is gold, and the overall image and experience will definitely please those in search of that certain something that Sony TVs deliver. Number 1. Sony X950H. Best color accuracy. The Sony X950H is a huge improvement over last year's Sony X950G or XG95. This year's model sounds significantly better and makes a number of usability improvements while keeping the same great picture performance. Prepare yourself for a rather involved unboxing experience. There's a ton of plastic clinging to the X950H, presumably to protect its gorgeous glossy design accents. Once the TV is up, you'll likely admire its form factor. Sure, it's still a black slab in your room, but it's a classy one. Sony doesn't discuss how many zones its TVs have, nor does it like to talk about its peak brightness measurements, claiming in both cases that the numbers don't necessarily represent performance. I agree to a degree, but for grins, I did measure the X950H's peak brightness in the custom picture mode at about 980 nits. For those who don't know their nits from their mits, that's a very respectable number. Sony has some backlighting magic going on and is really the only TV manufacturer I'm aware of that manages to make zone count almost irrelevant. The Sony X950H offers excellent picture quality, surprisingly good sound, and a solid smart TV experience. Its picture processing improves the viewability of all sources thanks to excellent upscaling and the ability to clean up low bit depth content. Buying guide. Resolution. This refers to the TV's native resolution. A regular high-definition or HD set is called a 1080p model because its screen resolution is 1920 by 1080. That means it has 1920 pixels horizontally and 1080 pixels vertically, so it contains roughly 2 million pixels in all. Think of pixels, short for picture elements, as the tiny individual dots that make up the TV's picture. Ultra-high definition or UHD TVs, also called 4K TVs, have screen resolutions of 3840 by 2160, so they contain 8 million pixels or 4 times the number of individual pixels as an HD set. Viewing angles. Despite many improvements, most LCDs still have a fairly significant shortcoming: limited viewing angles. That means the picture looks its best only from a fairly narrow sweet spot right in front of the screen. We recommend checking the viewing angles by watching a TV from off to the side and from above and below the main part of the image. As you move away from the center of the screen, the image can dim, lose contrast and color accuracy, or look washed out. Refresh rate. The refresh rate, expressed in Hertz, describes how many times per second a picture is refreshed on the screen. The standard refresh rate is 60 times per second or 60 Hz. However, in scenes with rapidly moving objects, a 60 Hz refresh rate can make things look blurry or jittery, particularly on LCD HD TVs. So to create a more solid picture, manufacturers doubled the refresh rate to 120 Hz and in some cases up to 240 Hz. HDR. HDR is short for High Dynamic Range, and as far as we're concerned, when it's done right, it's a much more impressive change to overall picture quality than resolution alone. HDR makes images more vibrant and lifelike through higher brightness, contrast, and wider color gamut. That's the total number of colors a TV can display. At its best, HDR is truly stunning. You won't want to return to SDR, standard dynamic range, once you see it in action.